console is going to come second, but then also goes on to that. Just bearing down what's goalkeeping that. I think you can see that Jordan picked up the action just as he switched on again quicker, guys. Brown with slightly reduced capacity because of the
Perubahan Mas juara ini saya ini Portugal 1-1, Belanda 1-1. Perubahan asli ya. Udah ada bisa Mas, pilih bahasa ya. Aus guys. Iya. Tahu. Gimana kan tiket nih. Soalnya tadi macam itu, ada sampai kuatnya Mas. Oh. Kali. Diambil berapa juga tapi pecah nggak kalau ini dari semua Wijen selamat Wijen dong dua nih kau juga kerja nanti selamat ketimpan ada limbah bangau. Kau, penalti, jelas. Mbah pelanggaran Mbah. Oh, siapa? Udah. Disalip nih cakap ya. Lima kali nendang dua, lima kali nendang 5 gol, 2 assist, bola. Gol.
His penalty record is very. He scored 24 of his 79 England goals in the squad. This to take his international tally to 80 and 68 for this season. Maybe creative. He won't be famous by total of.
Nasi Kotane. Kotane loh, serumnya. Wah, benar deh. Anak kaki saja. Uang Mas, banding. Nah, banding. Banding gimana nih? Iya, kita ulang loh. Kalau di Solo. Bisa ulang. Masih lagi. Saya Ya kayak lempar maju nolongin.
Kayak tahu ya, menurut guys.
Nah, lihatin dulu kan.
Look like a reprieve for Modric.
Wow.
So close.
Itu berdiri nak nyamping nih.
Nggak boleh belok guys. Benar gerak kemana pun bebas, tapi nggak boleh guys. Sebelum bola tendang.
Hancur.
Rakitic.
Gabriel.
So, having taken 2 penalties in his last game in Qatar in the World Cup, he's taking the same penalty twice here in Dallas.
Does he put that little stutter on the runner, or does he just run up to it? Just be around the lead to win or possibly second time out.
His go-to penalty technique is to blast it into the corner to the goalkeeper's right. Maybe that's going to his mind here. 2-2. Will be in Newcastle.
Waduh gila.
It's also chasing down the England all-time record of scoring in World Cup finals. He's now one behind Gary Lineker.
This time, Martin, there is no point in that run up. There is no little stop or check, just to perhaps give them back against something else to think about. It's just a positive run up. He knows exactly where he's going to put it. It's it up and true. This time, don't give him no chance.
England's first goal of the 2026 World Cup finals. Coming from an expected source, but perhaps that doesn't tell you the whole story. Gets a second chance and buries it.
Yeah. Be interested to see exactly how far the goalkeeper Rakitic is through straight off the line. It's unlucky for this point.
I would note from the replay very soon that he was very, very close to it. Perisic moves the header against James and tries to block him off. Offset into James and free kick.
Berani. Mau kan? Ah. Hei.
Croatia. Really stunned by it seems so early. If I remember rightly, Andy, England scored even earlier in the World Cup semi-final. Here at Trippier's excellent free kick, and it wasn't enough to win. England won, Croatia 0.
Yeah, it's the perfect start for England. No doubt you go in front in your first game and settles you and energises you a little bit more. So Croatia, no reason to panic. Of course, they'll keep playing their football.
Stanisic, Ryan playing it forward, keeping his run going. He wants it played back into his path.
Hai. Kagak. Masih dapat nih. Coba Ronaldo tadi dia. Tahu dulu maksudnya ini deh. Ini kena. Bagus dah ya. Lepaskan di belakang. Tarik sih ya, tarik sih. Tarik sih. Mohon. Logi. Tolong. Dia kan? Dari pik nggak ada.
Just got to make the moves out a little bit.
There was a big contact.
Tarik lagi tapi
Okay.
wow.
Mesti tendangan orang macam gigi. Rasain lah tendangan dari apa?
Mati aliran bola orang lapangan mesti ya sebetulnya. Bola yang masih tapak dia datang ke kini.
Became equal, so David Beckham's catch total today is now equal to another fact as well, which is scoring in 3 different World Cups. I think Beckham's thing is done that, and anything like his goals in 86 and 90, of course.
Bidang gimana ya rasanya? Mesti nggak panggil dari Maguire ya. Dari Maguire.
Dan akhirnya bisa dia sama ini, sama juga nih.
Hah?
Sama-sama ini.
Nggak tahu lah, ini pokoknya yang agak naik tahun di musim itu lah.
Enggak naik daun itu.
Iya lah mas. Jadi naik tahun juga tahun
Lalunya bodoh ini. Tapi di sini berapa terus? 2022 kita habisnya naik.
Orang lagi itu dah mulai ada konsisten. Kemarin dia yang mempertahankan dia. Orang nanti anu ya, kita lantar. Itu tim papan tengah ni macam ni.
Chase too early and start really going after England. Just rapid, otherwise you can run out of gas. So just got to make sure that they do.
Buang ni. Sekarang kan macam Indonesia. Mau buang masih di.
Ya, anak masa saya anti dia.
Indonesia dah dibuangnya ada.
Oh, Indonesia tak pergi zaman-zaman bos. Sekiannya betul. Tapi dah ada kapan lah boleh yang dah dapat gelap dulu. Akhirnya yang akan untuk dulu.
Diurusin mana? Tak isi ni.
Yang di pot ini sekarang nana dia mas sekali duduk ya rupanya.
Ada kena setengah nyaman. Dengan tak nyaman itu langsung sama ni.
Great Croatian player is there.
Certainly was.
Oh, iya. Aduh, lawan.
Sekarang masih ya.
Bubat.
Lama ini.
Lama. Dari sini dari tadi ya. Yang lalu.
He's up the hole to sprint away. Certainly was whacking, shooting up there. I think actually after the throw in the first
Bisa kali ini jangan dulu nih. Kenapa? Dia apa? Silangnya.
just announced there.
Kapan tuh?
Still not 23, I think it's a week or so away from that birthday. He's closing in on 50 catch. This is an amazingly youthful career for England.
He's got great presence on the field, hasn't he, Jim Brown? He's one of those guys that the big moment is needed. He almost believes it's going to be him that's going to make it happen. It's a very important skill to have.
Russ. He's Anthony Gordon.
Dulu ya.
Actually, not really making a good off. There's a little bit too much room for him at the moment. There's that penalty there. There you go. Yeah, it's going away.
Lo ăn nè, lo kaki lo. Oh ya.
It's very difficult.
Ya ăn nè.
It's very close. It's when the forward puts a little stutter into it, Martin, it's very difficult.
When England's way, the opening game and Group L is going their way so far as we reach the first half's hydration break. Don't see too much of Croatia in attack.
Panasnya tak
Trouble
sini.
pushing the ball, defending his stride, falling the right in front.
Yeah, I just feel
There he is, Shipperley.
just got to be careful. Don't allow him to put too much room, particularly even around the midfield area where Declan Anderson and Bellingham are operating. Just got to be a little bit careful there.
Croatia's response to this. I think they need the hydration break, shall we say, to deal with the problems that England posed, because this was almost freakish for Modric to do what he did. He wasn't looking at the ball, he wasn't looking at the ground, he was looking at where he thought the ball was. And for somebody so experienced, they would get caught out like that.
There's probably not a midfielder anywhere on the planet that's checked his shoulder. What's behind him?
Yeah, scans, isn't it?
Scans him all the time. In that situation, he didn't went into running that way there, but right under pressure, and running out the point.
That way there's a very good penalty taker himself, and he didn't take one in the Champions League final shootout. Of course, one member of his England squad, big fan for the squad. Actually, heads out. Scuffed it. It's interesting to see these two talking apart from Modric. To the Arena. He's in the mix there, number 16.
I think in these moments, Martin, it's just gentle reminders about one or two things. You're not looking to fill the players with tons of information during this little break. Let them get some fluid on board. Just one or two little things that Thomas Tuchel or Sacco Dalic have seen in the opening moments of the game that they would just like to correct.
Under Thomas Tuchel, England have only conceded 3 of the 14 games. three to Senegal, the friendly, one to Japan, one to Uruguay, and March record. So in terms of competitive football qualifiers, look at this. It's unscathed. That's like big defenders. Does they don't stop things come out of his selection?
It's a big England team, everyone out there is a bit of a specimen.
It's nice. So O'Reilly, we've spoken about him, has come from Manchester City youth ranks into their first team, and to being a well-known figure in the Premier League, scoring goals from left back, and now to a World Cup game. It's a remarkable rise. He kept his feet on the ground. Third goalkeeper, Ivakovic, who's been back in Croatia with Dinamo Zagreb, playing elsewhere in Europe. Most of the Croatian players are foreign based, including Vuskovic at Tottenham, where he's been on the bench a couple of times, I think for the Super Cup final, after they, of course, won the Europa League. Hasn't set foot on the pitch, competitive game to Spurs, and on Hamburg. Kresna now Modric. Perisic. Back to Claudio.
It's a little bit better than last this current actual passage of way in Croatia. You get Modric and Ivakovic, getting against those white guys, the guys wider than midfield four, Stanisic and Perisic, I think is really crucial for them. They get those guys involved.
Move away from Nottingham Forest. Some of these transfers will be back during the World Cup. Possession.
Amannya.
Right back. A little bit lucky.
Yeah, what's interesting there, Vuskovic, the central defender, went all the way
Nekat
down
mereka agak bersih.
sitting the ball there, trying to play as good as he is. Look, it's important he should hit that right now. Vuskovic, the centre half, should let it fly. Just outside the box, and Harry Kane's a little fortunate that he didn't, but he went all the way with Kane. Maybe that's one of the little pointers that Dalic has said. Harry Kane starts to drop, someone go with him.
That's been almost excessively deep. That could have been a real error of judgment. It's Guardiola. Has been injured, and that's why Nico O'Reilly's played a lot at left back in the last 2 months for Manchester City. Nice, of course. Looking for Musa. Taruna's in there. There's a drawing from midfield. This is probably Croatian modus operandi. Vuskovic spurned the chance to shoot from much closer. Stanisic. Cross comes in the box, impressive for Croatia. Still a little bit of putting outside the area. Let's get the ball back again. Pass to Pasalic and then Guardiola. Perisic.
I mentioned once about it was a big side. So we need to be reasonable back from Croatia. They've got to be good, they've got to be fast. Whipped in the areas with some real pace on them, otherwise if they're held up in the air, it's so hard to clear them.
Vučić. Played in the friendly games and has worked his way into position in the starting lineup for the World Cup. To their first game in their training by Rice. Trust. He crosses early.
Penalti lagi. Yo, lagi.
Turn the ball over nicely there. Stanisic was a bit
Wah,
careless.
iya.
One-touch passing for England. The ball went down to Madueke. Jude Bellingham right on cue.
Yo,
Right, it just can't go.
kemarin di belakang.
Good at that. Very, very good at that.
Nah,
And that's that moment when Hurricane's not there. He knows somebody's got to get in the
gua
box.
bisa ulang ini
Somebody's got
sekarang
to try
main
and
di
get into
belakang.
It showed some variation in Madueke as well because he could have run clearly into the penalty area like he loves to do. But played it earlier, it was very nearly a killer ball.
Extra game on.
Yeah.
For a wide player. Tommy Hurricane.
Anderson.
kipernya mundur aja.
Early ball.
Hormat kiper aja saya. Si Romi, baju koreografi, si nanti.
Beautiful for Scotland. He's English. He was born in the northeast near Newcastle, where his first
Si Romi zaman baju masih macam-macam jeruk.
96.
Bintil-bintil dia baju bola. Bahan besar, badannya tapi baju tengah besarnya. Pasal saya tahu.
England not exactly fortunate place, but confident in their build-up and measured.
Bintil emas ini plus.
I think you're right. Seen anything that sparkling from either team so far, but England had the lead. That's the crucial bit, Martin. They've got to make sure that the shape of their team when they lose the ball is strong, is good and is secure. When they win it, they've always got players that can do something, but just got to make sure when they don't have it or the ball is turned over that they become quick.
Stanisic. What Croatia don't have as a successor to Mandzukic, who got the winning goal in that semi-final 8 years ago. And Rousseau's
Bangsa kami cadangkan diri.
yes, from the stand of his
Intim papan tengah dan ini dari game ini.
And to put him here, he's 34 now, is also
Jadi agak kontroversial itu, oke.
having to scurry back in case that throw was taken directly into the penalty area.
Could have got some distance there, isn't it?
Perisic to knock it back across the first goal. Guardiola stops it. And England can counter-attack it. And stretches those through the ball on the opposite flank. That's a ball watched by the far post. Okay, delays this time. Knocked up by Jones. Lining up at the far post. Cleared as far as O'Reilly. Okay. So it's unattended to go in. Crossing from a dangerous angle. Any resistance really. It's only blue to play out from the back. Message very rarely wasteful when it comes to this direction. Nice possession keeping header.
Yeah, when England turn the ball over and break forward quickly, they look dangerous, they do. Otherwise, you see a lot of it down this right side.
Pasalic, he's a Chelsea player for several years, never played for them. He's on the run to 5 different clubs, including Atalanta, who he now plays for. He played for them for a long time. With some European football, they won the Europa League, and that seems to be my Leverkusen were bringing until the final. The Italian club got the better of them. Anderson. There's James. Gives it a touch. Schmidt forces it forward to Atarina.
Boom. Wow. Bagusnya nih. Gile bola api. Bola api banget. Selalu ada dua kali. Di bagian api ini rendang nih. Awalnya sih, ngapain banget sih? Gol sih. Kayaknya tadi dia nggak nonton gol dia. Wah, tinggal deh.
First attempt on target. First goal of the World Cup 2026 from a player who earns his living in Italy with Como under the management of Cesc Fabregas, of course. And had an excellent season, and that's an excellent goal.
Tadi backnya dia sih kena blok gaya bentukan parah ya. Tuan Jepang ngasih angau ya. Ikut.
It's a blur in real time. Absolute blur. I think Pickford did to get something. If you notice, we've had a lot of goals in the World Cup recently, and I mean, shots from that kind of range. And you get a new brand of football every tournament. This one's got a bit of power again, it seems. I know it's got a chip in it that tells us what sort of contacts were. But it's the time at the very highest level of, say, European football. Shooting from that kind of position is not encouraged. It's a bit like that Barrio's playing from. There's no better sight than seeing all the balls that are there to the distance if you're a football fan. Especially if you're a Croatian fan or the Croatian head coach. It hasn't really been on the cards that it's going to happen, but it has.
Let's give credit to Busquets, the second half. He was the guy who actually turned over one possession for his team. From there, they punished England really well.
That's better here. Back on again. That's the free kick. Modric. On to Cicic. Literally did make that intervention, forced the ball forward towards Musa. Nudged in the back.
It's a good play from Musa, taking that on his chest from the goalkeeper, resisting the challenge from Mesri Konsa, drawing a foul.
Croatia come again. So Thomas Tuchel's England conceded a competitive goal. It's the man who got it. It's the 66th goal in the World Cup. And the 11th outside the penalty area. That's a good percentage.
Ini dua PCP sesepuh. Banyak pemain dia tu kan. Saya juga nama sana.
find that, got
Oh,
away with
yeah.
it.
Dari bobat ya. Dari situ udah sih dari bobat.
Across the border.
Ngomong-ngomong, bukan tahun berapa?
Tahu kan tidak berisik gue ya berisik ya.
Gimana? Paling gue itu kan mau beli kali.
Beri.
Bukan punya keluar juga.
Ya.
Well, it will find us, it goes right forward. With great perception. Right there, where it's corner.
Because they like that back three, so those outside centre halves. Just give it to those guys, it's a good ball for their hands against the back three, because there's always a bit of space there in that channel. You get a corner.
So nice. Good take. Nice, nice, special drill with the English, looking wild. Taking a really nice, stretching his country well, to be fair. Nice things.
Good. Aku nggak mau kan ketika udah kerahut
Ya, ini mah tim lagi.
dari berjim baru.
It's Harry's game so far.
Wow.
We'll see it here. Look at Harry Kane into the box. Into the box. Nobody marking him. He's just allowed to travel 4 or 5 yards and head that.
Ya kita kalau sudah ekstrim lagi, ya lagi ini Messi.
That can't happen. That should not happen. Not after the combination of just got back in front from Thomas Tuchel's
Soviet kali. Nanti ini,
huge, huge
tahu?
players.
Soviet kan di Soviet tuh.
Well, the words that are spoken about before a tournament. England and set pieces were joined together a lot. 2018, of course, when Ben had running it back to his first World Cup. Harry Maguire and people like that scored a couple of goals in that World Cup as well. So is it going to be the same again?
I mean, you just think someone will be picking him up, someone will be detailing.
Two one or two little blocks in there, but I couldn't see that they actually affected Ben's movement. O'Reilly took somebody out, I think. But
Yeah, I'm amazed at that. I really am. I can never understand why you would look at that guy more than any other England player who'd been in unmarked. Okay, where he is, inside the box, outside the box, somebody should be detailed to just not stand with Harry Kane and stay shoulder to shoulder with him.
he's equalled Gary Lineker's record of 10 World Cup goals. And he's just at the start.
Tanggal kak?
Azab.
Oh, tadi dia ini Indonesia.
Brunei. Brunei ya. Brunei. Brunei. Tiga lewat. 24.
أشهد